We are following breaking campaign 2020 news. The wait is over. Former Vice President Joe Biden has announced California Senator Kamala Harris is his running mate.
It's a move that puts a woman of color on the presidential ticket for the first time. Biden announced Harris through a text to supporters. He also tweeted a short announcement saying, quote, "I have the great honor to announce that I picked Kamala Harris, a fearless fighter for the little guy and one of the country's finest public servants, as my running mate." 55-year-old Harris was elected to the Senate in 2016 after serving as California's Attorney General. She competed against Biden for the Democratic presidential nomination, but left the race before voting began as she struggled to raise money. It's also a personal choice for Biden because back when she was Attorney General of California, she worked closely with his son, Beau. Joining us now is facing South Florida's Jim DeFeeti.
And Jim, right out of the gate, this is a history-making pick, the first woman of color to be selected as a running mate. Let's talk about the significance of this pick at this time.
Well, you know, if a pick can be both groundbreaking and safe, that's exactly what Kamala Harris is. She was the odds-on favorite in the Veep stakes from the very beginning. It looked like she was someone who the Biden campaign could work with, that she was somebody who was able to deal with because, you know, you had the issue of obviously the fact that she was Attorney General. The Trump campaign has been trying to create this hellscape where they're saying America will become a dystopian sort of place if Joe Biden is elected. Well, most voters aren't buying that with regard to Joe Biden, and his pick for vice president is someone who is an attorney general, former attorney general, who in many ways progressives don't necessarily like. But the significance of this pick is really the fact that she is a woman of color. This is the Democratic Party finally acknowledging that the base of their party, the reason why they have any clout whatsoever is the support of not just African Americans, but African American women. African American women were the driving force behind Hillary Clinton. They have always been a mainstay of the Democratic Party, and in many ways, this is recognition of that fact.
I know he was considering several women of color. Jim, why is she a good fit for the former vice president? We saw her go after him pretty hard during one of the debates last summer in Miami. Yeah, essentially accusing Joe Biden of being a racist for some of the policies that he held 20, 30, 40 years ago, going back to busing issues in the Northeast. And I think that was one of the things that the Biden folks had to get over. I think it was, from what I've read, it was less about Joe Biden needing to get over it than the folks around Joe Biden getting over it. Joe Biden is not someone who necessarily holds a grudge. The significance of this, though, in another way is, look, Joe Biden is going to be the oldest nominee that's ever come out for a first-time presidential candidate like this. So who he picks as vice president, this next generation was critical, I think, as well. I think normally I would tell you that other than just a couple of days of stories about who the vice president is, the vice presidential pick really doesn't matter. As long as you don't pick someone who harms you the way Sarah Palin hurt John McCain, it generally is irrelevant. This one may be a little bit different, only because I do think voters will be looking at Kamala Harris and say, you got Joe Biden, who at the end of his first term will be 81 years old. I don't expect Joe Biden to run for a second term if he wins a first term. So Kamala Harris would then be the next in line to sort of run for that Democratic nomination. So there was a lot in this pick. It wasn't just a placeholder pick. This was somebody who the Democratic Party had to be comfortable with, who Joe Biden had to be comfortable with, and who could potentially be the future of this party. Okay, Jim, great talking to you. Always enjoy your analysis. Thank you.
And look for much more on Joe Biden's pick and what it means for campaign 2020 tonight on the CBS Evening News with Norah O'Donnell. That's at 6:30 after CBS 4 News at 6.